Okay, hey guys, it's Nick the Elusive Enderman. That's just the name that I came up with because I like the Enderman. I played a little bit of Minecraft PS3 edition. I wanted to try my hand at playing the PC edition, so I decided to dive into this. And I've watched a lot of these Let's Play videos where the person who's playing narrates what's happening. I didn't feel like that was the right approach. What I want to do for you guys is actually play the game and play it at the level that I can play it. I'm going to be on easy mode. I'm not that great at PC gaming. I'm just getting used to my setup, and I'm pretty new to Minecraft PC Edition. There's a lot of stuff in here that they don't have in PlayStation 3, and because of that, I don't know how to use it. But I will be learning right along with you. I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with everything in Minecraft, but hopefully I can add a layer of narration to the process that is a little bit different than what you've seen before. So here we are, in the world of Minecraft. Let's just call it Pantopia. It's a world where you can make anything that you desire out of anything that exists. Everything is blocks, everything is simple. It's straightforward, it's three-dimensional, but it's inherently flat. And Steve, our protagonist, finds himself awake with nothing. Armed with only his hands, no armor except for the clothing he wears on his back. He discovers that he has spawned near a village. And that's fortunate. Villages have all kinds of useful items. You can trade with the villagers, which you can actually do in the PlayStation 3 edition. Actually, you might be able to now. You used to not be able to trade with villagers in the PlayStation 3 edition. But Steve can trade with the PlayStation 3 edition and PC edition villagers now. And Steve has that to look forward to when he has something of value to offer. But right now, his first priority is to just survive. And this is the most enticing aspect of Minecraft, in this narrator's opinion. The opportunity to relive the primordial fear experienced by Native Americans, by cave people, by Inuits, by people who live nomadic lifestyles. Having to use the resources of the land around you to reshape the world in your own image, in the image of comfort, and the opportunity to be able to survive in spite of mobs, monsters, creatures of the night, falls, and other disasters that may befall you. Steve set out to actually build something, knowing the first thing he could do is gather wood by punching a tree. He embarked on that mission. And he remarked to himself that, man, this landscape is wild in comparison to that of the PS3 edition. This landscape has things that he's never seen before. Squids, he's familiar with those. He's never really used them other than to dye some sheep. But this tree, this red wood, something he's never seen before. This is all new to him. So I guess what I'm saying is you have an opportunity to view the eyes through those unclouded by previous experiences with Minecraft. Breaking away these blocks here, he knows that he's going to have to build them into planks, and he's going to have to turn those planks into a house. So he punches away at the trees, realizing that eventually he's going to have to make a crafting table, and eventually he's going to have to make himself some tools. Searching around, he wonders, where should I build my home? Is this a good place to build a home? What is the rule of sovereignty when dealing with nearby villages? And here we see Steve making his first attempt at actually building up a crafting table. How does one build a crafting table? He wonders. Oh, right. What I can do here is with one, I can build myself planks. And then putting the rest of them in here, I can build myself a crafting table. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Wait, how do you do this? Okay, crafting table, I get it. Wait, hold, oh, Oh no. Steve, what have you done? You've made 4 crafting tables. You only needed 1 crafting table. Anyways, Steve decided to find a place to put the crafting table because he knew that he could then build his house around the crafting table. This house was going to be nothing spectacular, really. It was just going to be a place to be able to survive the first night. Once you survive the first night, the world is your oyster. Which is, I think, a really bad saying because I don't particularly like oysters. Oysters can be good sometimes if they're really fresh, straight out of the ocean, and you get a little mignonette or whatever the hell that stuff is called. I don't know, the ice stuff that they put on it, and you put the horseradish and oysters can be pretty good. So I guess the world can be your oyster because you can potentially find a pearl in it. So Steve is setting out to discover his pearl. He lays the first planks of his house. And really, there's not going to be any order to this organization of the house. He's just trying to get something down before night sets in, which is ostensibly very soon. He probably hasn't looked up at the sun in a little while. He's been so focused on building these planks up so he can get the foundation of his house out. And he's going to build a way. He's going to make a foundation for his house so that he has a place to stay the night. And the likely thing that's going to happen is once he has his house built up, he's probably going to dig his way down to finding some coal, finding some cobble that he can make stone tools from, enhance himself. He wants to evolve. He decides that the layout of the house isn't really making a lot of sense right now. He's just going to make it a square, or probably a rectangle. He's not going to put the effort in to measure it because this is his first house, and while he might put a couple layers on it, he's probably going to want to build a bigger and better house once he's got some armor and security. So he's building away, and he's got his first walls up, and there's a cow. Unbeknownst to him, this cow has infiltrated the home in the search of grass or food or a place to poop. That's probably what's going to happen. You can hear the cow heaving. It's mooey breath. It's milky breath. Is it milky? Oh, and he goes on the attack. He decides, he's getting a little bit hungry. Oh, wait, no, the cow has gotten away. Unfortunately, the cow escaped. That means no food for Steve. And our first, what? Oh, hello, Mr. Cow. Mr. Cow, it's like he's taunting him. It's like he's challenging him. He's like, hey, bro, come at me. Come at me, bro. Make me into a steak. And that's exactly what Steve is going to do. He's going to hit him with his hand until he's got 3 steaks. Steve wonders for a minute, what am I supposed to do with this raw steak? Is this like Kobe beef where, you know what, you're going to hear a lot of food references in here because this narrator loves food. Is this going to be like Kobe beef where it's thinly sliced and served raw, maybe potentially cooked over a hot stone or a charcoal grill that's built into your table? Is this going to be like Korean barbecue? Is he going to be able to eat this steak raw and not get sick, or is he going to eat it and find out that he's been slightly poisoned? Well, he can figure it out later. First thing he needs to do is actually build some tools. So how do you tool? How is Steve going to tool? He knows he needs an axe because he's surrounded by trees. He's run out of planks to build his house with, and he's got to figure this out. He remembers vaguely how it was done in PlayStation Edition, but as he mentioned before, PlayStation Edition is a little bit different. They actually let you just pick and choose which things you want to build. You don't have to remember the layouts. So there's going to be lots of trial and error here as he tries to figure out what he needs to do to build himself an axe. He's got himself a shovel. That's going to be useful. He's got himself a sword, so if he meets any mobs early on, he's going to be able to attack them. But this is kind of curious. This is a hoe? He's not going to need to till any earth. He knows that 3 across is what makes... Hey, there's an axe. There he goes. Steve, good for you. Good on you, Steve. Good on you. You figured it out. You were able to make the axe that you needed. And now what are you doing? You're making more sticks? Okay. All right, that's helpful. Having some sticks is going to be a good thing. More sticks, 2 sticks, and I guess the last thing you probably need to do is make yourself a wooden pickaxe. And once you've got that pickaxe, you're going to be able to dig into the earth. And Steve, I don't know if you noticed it, but it's getting a little bit dark. It's getting a little bit dark, and you have no torches. You have no means of really combating the mobs that are going to come and descend upon you. You can gather up more wood, but Wait a minute. Achievement, get wood. Didn't you have wood before? Do you have to chop down the wood with an axe in order to be able to get wood? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know exactly how you earned that achievement. Steve is going to read it later on and see if he can figure out how to do it better next time. Oh, heard some sounds over there. Is that an Enderman? Steve peers through the grass and sees in the distance that an Enderman stands, awaiting. Steve is worried that the Enderman might show up. He better not look him in the eyes, because at this point in the game, he's really not ready to be able to fight an Enderman. Although it is his namesake, he would look forward to the fight, because he's kind of fascinated with Enderman. Enderman, they represent this weird and unique... Oh, Steve, what are you doing? You're putting your crafting tables up there. You're trying to get your blocks up so quickly. You're not even paying attention to the fact that night is coming and the Enderman that you fear so much and that you put as your namesake will potentially come out and attack you. Because you don't know any better. You might look him in the eyes. You might actually try and challenge. You might say, come at me, bro. You shouldn't do that, though. What are you trying to do now? Are you trying to get that corner block in? Forget about it. Forget about getting the corner block in, or make some scaffolding and put that block in and get the roof done, because it is nighttime. Mobs will spawn, and you will die because you are not ready for this world. You are a lost soul wandering through the chasm of this valley that you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're just trying to complete your hut as quickly as you can with the wood that you have. So you're gonna do what? You're gonna make it into a crafting table? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're making a door. You're getting a door done so that you can put something in front of your house. You don't really know how to... You don't really know what you're doing, right, dude? Yeah. Okay, there you go. You made a door. Good thing you didn't make 5 doors. That's a relief. Seems like you're learning. Not quite fast enough, but... Alright. Got some grass seeds there. Those will be useful later when you're building wheat. Wheat seeds, grass seeds, wheat seeds. One of them. The moon has come up, the sun has gone down, the stars are out, and you are all alone. You're by yourself. This funny looking guy made of blocks. And you know what? Just forget about making the ceiling uniform. Just get it done. It's okay, Steve, that you are using the wrong colored wood, because these are the tools that are available to you. It might even make an interesting pattern that you hadn't anticipated, a little Tetris shape. And with that, it's dark, and you look outside and you wonder, when is it going to be light again? When is the day going to return? What should I do with myself now? My only option is to maybe dig down into the earth to see if I can find some coal to form some torches, to see if I can find some cobble to make stone tools. That's what I probably have to do, because... You know what, Steve? You are by yourself. No one is going to give you the things that you need. Probably isn't right to steal them from the villagers, so you should try and see if you can get them yourself. So get your shovel out, dig into that dirt, see if you can make yourself a natural staircase and find something that will help you down below. And looking at the cobble that sits beneath you, you realize it's a little bit too dark here. And your dear viewers are probably not enjoying the fact that they can't really see what's going on. So for their sake, you may need to head back out of your hole, venture out into the world, fly in the face of the mobs that lurk beyond your door, and find some coal, because this experience is not optimized. Your viewers are going to leave all kinds of angry comments saying, you know what, Nick, I can't see anything in there. Elusive Enderman indeed. You can't see anything. You can't find him. He's not even skinned to be like an Enderman. He probably needs to change his skin. Probably will do that. Steve, you and I will have a conversation about that offline. We'll do that in our own time. We'll see if we can change around the skin. But for those of you who are still watching with us, thank you for staying as Steve here consumes some raw beef because he has no recourse. There's no other option for him. He doesn't have enough stone to be able to build himself a furnace and cook his meat. He's got no coal with which to cook it. He's got no lava bucket to fuel his fire, so he's got to eat the raw beef. And he's fortunate because the raw beef doesn't make him sick. But looking at what he has, he realizes, I don't have much. I don't have much, and I have to go out into the world to find more. So the first thing he does is decide to build more sticks. Because with more sticks, he's going to be able to build himself a stone pickaxe. And that stone pickaxe is going to be really helpful in actually digging through some of the dirt. And he might even give it a shot in his house first. He's still a little bit afraid of going outside, even though he's got his wooden sword. The chance is there's a cave in that mountain pass that he can see in the distance, and at some point he's going to be driven out of his home to see if he can discover the things that he needs. Inside his home, there's not much light, and there's no way to really break a hole in the roof and bring in the moonlight without the risk of letting some mobs inside that he's woefully unprepared for. So he ventures down into the little staircase that he's built in the ground. Using his newfound stone pickaxe, tries to see if he can discover some coal. But he quickly realizes that even if he did discover it, he wouldn't know that he had found coal, because it's so dark in that cave, it's so dim, that neither he nor any of his viewers can understand what is around them. There's no context, there's no chance of finding things that he may pass without light. So he has to make a choice. He climbs out of his hole, he looks at the door, he decides, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna YOLO my way over to that cave and get myself some coal. Go, Steve. Get out of this house. Escape from this trap. There are mobs out there. You're not gonna see them from this vantage. If you can find your way to a coal bedrock place, a place where you can find coal, a bed of coal, you're going to be a lot better off. So, Steve, I think it's time. I don't think there's anything that you can craft that's going to help you out. I think you need to venture out into the world. There we go. There we go. Oh, and just seconds outside of his cave, out of his little hut, he finds himself a cave, and there it is. There's the coal that he needed. He pulls out his axe. He's going to get all of this coal. He's going to get all of those XP gains. His risk is rewarded now. You might not know this, but there is probably a creeper or a zombie lurking somewhere nearby. You're probably going to hear that before Nick hears it. Before Steve in this game and the narrator Nick can tell him that it's going to happen. He's found some iron. That's going to be great. He's going to put that into the furnace that he's going to build with all the cobble that he's gathering up. He's going to have iron ingots, and he's going to be able to make himself a real weapon. And with that weapon, he's going to go out into the world. He's going to feel protected. He's going to go and venture in more caves, which is really where he probably should have started. He spent way too much time at the beginning of the episode trying to build himself a little red hut. For whatever reason, he did that. But he probably should have started out in a cave, gathered up the resources he needs, and then gone out to build himself a home. Because really, that's how the best Minecrafters do it. He's watched a couple of these videos online, which is, where he got the inspiration to do this video in the first place. And he is going to take some lessons from that, but he's also going to do his own thing. Steve is his own man. And you know what? Now that he's got himself some coal, he's a lit man. He's a man who can see inside of his house, which is probably one of the best things that could possibly happen to him. He's going to make some torches. He's going to use up all his sticks. He's going to make enough torches that he can light up his house inside and out, keep the mobs at bay for 14 blocks or however far the light of his torch can travel. He's going to make himself a furnace. With that furnace, he's probably going to smelt the iron ore that he found with the coal that he found. He is his own man. He's doing his own thing. Steve is coming up in the world. So far, this has actually been a pretty great episode. He hasn't died. It seems like he may actually survive his first night. He doesn't have any food to cook in the furnace, but he knows that that iron ore being cooked up is going to help him get food later on. He doesn't have a bed. He's going to need to find some sheep and some wood to be able to build that bed. And looking outside, it's starting to get a little bit light. The sun is coming up and the moon is setting, and that means that Steve is near the point of having survived his first night. And his home is intact, and his home is a place that he can feel safe. He's going to fix that door. He's going to give himself a little bit more living room by putting that door one block up next to the flush of the outer wall. And he's going to feel like his home is finally in the place where it should be. And he survived his first night. Guys, Steve has survived his first night. And oh, wait. Just wait. He may not have survived his first night. There's an Enderman on the port or the aft or whatever the side is to his right. There's a creeper coming up. It's going to blow up his house. It's going to reverse all of his progress. Is he going to be able to survive this creeper? It's coming right at him. He's got a wooden sword. It's got almost zero attack power. He's getting a little bit too close to that creeper. Is it going to... Oh. And the creeper explodes and leaves a dent in the world where his head might have been before. This world is full of mobs. It's full of horses. He never had horses before in Minecraft PS3 edition. Horses are new. Horses are something that are going to change the way that he experiences this world. He knows that he has to go and find some cows. And he's going to have to find some leather to be able to build a saddle upon which he can ride his horses with glory, and his dogs at his back, and his creeper fighting cats to his side. He's going to tame all the animals in this world, and he's going to make a menagerie. But this is the end of the first night. Steve has survived. Congratulations, Steve. Your house is looking awesome. You've got yourself a little space with which you can live in. You've got some land to explore. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this narration, if you enjoyed this slight variation on the style of reporting what happens in a Minecraft Let's Play video, leave a like rating, leave a comment. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm building this up from nothing, and I can use all the advice and comments that you can offer. Tell me what you want me to do in this video. Tell me how you want me to show you how Steve lives. We're done for the day. Thank you guys for joining, and goodbye. Hey guys, this is Nick, the elusive Enderman. I'm coming at you with this recording just to be able to test and see how it sounds. Hey guys, it's Nick, the elusive Enderman. I'm coming just to try and see how things sound. I'm going to do some clicking, tapping on my computer. I realized that the last time my audio capture actually made things a little bit annoying for you guys on clickiness. So right now I've got the middle setting on my microphone. Let me just check and see what the setting to the right sounds like. Can you hear that clicking while I'm talking? Can you hear the clicking? I'm testing and clicking and pressing buttons. And then the last setting all the way to the left, can you hear the clicking? Can you hear the clicking? Are you testing? Alright, test over.